From Strike Zone Bowling Center at Sunset Station in Henderson, Nevada, we're here for the title match of the 2012 Mojave Conference Scratch Invitational. Cameron Smith looking to win a major title. Opened with a three-bagger here and opened up a comfortable lead with that three-bagger. If he spares up this 6-10 here in the fourth frame, he'll be leading by 31 against Dempsey. So two more veteran bowlers going at it. Cameron fourth on our all-time list with 33 career JBT titles, while Riley won the 14th of his career just yesterday here in the regular season finale. Hard and straight, almost a little backup ball at that 6-10. Has his spare and has said 31-pin lead. $1,000 to the winner of this match. $500 to the runner-up, so no losers here. So Cameron playing that fairly deep inside shot that he's so proficient at. Wax him there.
George, to the front counter, please. George.
Looked like he was just going to mow through the semifinal field here, the match play field. He was undefeated through the first 6 rounds. And it's triple elimination match play, so they keep playing bowler after bowler until they lose 3 times. After that, though, wheels kind of came off for a little while, and he got 2 quick losses, one of them to Riley. And this is actually the 3rd time they've played, and that happens in this format. You'll keep seeing the same bowlers over and over once you get towards the end. Just the entry angle doesn't look really good with that. It's been his money ball this weekend for Riley. I'm going to the Kegel winding road pattern. They almost always do towards the end of an invitational. There's so much lane play on them, they get pretty squirrely. Took -68 scratch to make the top 11 today. 11 bowlers plus the 5 exempt players. Formed a 16 bowler finals field. Riley goes hard and straight at this sport type pattern. That's the way to do it. Covers up the spare. Trail's big, but only half the game done. Thanks to Jim, Welch, Dick, the whole staff here at Strike Zone for another fine job hosting us. They'll be back here July 27th through 29th for the Touring Players Championship, where the top 20 point scorers from all 10 of our conferences advance to play the ultimate JBT event. It's triple points today, so people can make big leaps in or out of the top 20. Went for more rotation that time. On 50, it looked like he was just trying to fade it all the way into the pocket, and it just didn't tip at all. That time he used a little more loft and a little more side rotation to bring the ball back right to left, and he stuffed 10 in the pit there. Plenty of time in a bowling match. You know, it's the second half frame-wise. It's really the halfway points between the 6th and 7th, because you can do so much damage in the 10th frame. Okay. Creeping approach to the line. And he can play from any arrow on the lane, but when he can do that slight fade from about the 5th arrow with just a little bit of tip. He is fearsomely tough to beat. He can be plenty deeper too, but we have a pretty high volume pattern right now, so he's in where there's still plenty of oil. Look right around the 5th arrow, break point out to about 12 or 13. Oh! Wow, how does that 10-pin not fall over? My goodness. Almost got the front messenger to take it, then something came over there and gave it even more of a nudge, and the rack said, "No, you will not." That wobbly 10 gives Dempsey the faintest little glimmer of hope here. Smith is right now in the 220s. Riley can still pack out for 236. So, ooh, wow. I wasn't sure he was going to make that one. He made it with plenty to spare, as it turned out. Looked like that was going to grip a bit early and cause issues. It's weird that Riley does have room, but it's sort of a must-strike situation because then you waste 2 frames if you don't get the double. Goes with the loft and tilt again. And there it is. All right. Dempsey knows his own game very well, and he made a really nice move there on 49 last frame. That looks like it worked on the right-hand lane as well, and if we can get this 3rd consecutive strike in the 8th frame, we suddenly got ourselves an interesting game. And if he doesn't, even 9 spare means that he can only max out for 35, 215. Would require an open from Smith for Riley to make up the ground at that point. Riley always takes his time, does that little shoulder and elbow waggle. A lot of loft. Man, a lot of carry. Boy, great move from Dempsey there, and he knows. The only thing he wishes is if he made that just a little bit sooner. Cameron had a really bad tournament yesterday, and it looked like it was going to cost him Bowler of the Year. Bowler of the Year is simply the points leader after today. When the weekend started, there was only 25 points separating Cameron, Jacob Buttriff, and Zach Ettori. And Jacob and Zach bowled well yesterday. Zach especially so. Oh, bad. Boy. Big time tug from Cameron there. Really lucky to get that 10 pin out. Shooting a 310 is a nightmare right now. 3 pin is hopefully just a daydream for him. So it's saying Cameron lost a lot of ground, was almost 100 points behind both of those bowlers coming into today. 100 points can be made up in triple elimination, in triple points. That said, things had to go right, as all 3 of those bowlers are exempt, so we knew all 3 of them were going to get points, and I cannot believe that he just missed that 3 pin. That is unbelievable to me. I'm surprised he used the hook ball release instead of that semi-backup ball that he's been doing on his corner pins. I'm floored. I can't believe he missed that. Well, he's now at a 215 pace. Riley at a 205 pace. Must have just had a surge of adrenaline go through him as he's got that triple working. Smith has to completely put that out of his mind and regroup right here in the 9th. Nice ball. Ugh. Boy, it's just bowling 101. After you whiff a spare, suddenly your nice shots that carried earlier ring a 10 instead. My goodness. Just to finish up that conversation, Cameron has made up those 100 points, and unofficially with a 297 high game and leading a bunch of rounds, he has enough points to re-pass Zach and Jacob, who had miserable match play rounds today, for the Mojave Bowler of the Year. But that is not what's on Cameron's mind right now. It's not even the $1,000 that's on his mind right now. It is one thing: titles, titles, titles. When you have as much career earnings and as much success as Cameron's had, it's all about that bottom line of, well, how many did you win? And we could throw $2 million at Cameron right now if he ends up losing this match on a blown 3 pin. He'll be kicking himself. Here's Dempsey. Oh yeah, gets the carry. What a great move to go with that extra loft and that extra tilt. That was just rewind the video, and it was just such a flat 7 they left back in, what was it, I guess the 5th, and I was just like, nah. How quickly bowling matches turn. Triple, spare, double for Smith to open up. Riley had 1 strike in the 3rd through 5 frames with no doubles, and Riley can come up here and win the match here without anything that Cameron can do about it. 10th frame, Cameron can max for 225. Like we said, Riley can max for 236. A double here, and he's an invite champ. Whoops, wide. Oh no. Oh no. and everything goes wrong with the execution on that shot. And even worse, as you just saw his shoulder slump after he looked at the scoreboard there. That 8 count gives Smith the 1-pin advantage. Spare strike for Dempsey is 214. Cameron can strike spare now for 215. Don't take this spare for granted, Riley. Look out. Oh, are you kidding? I couldn't get "don't take it for granted" out of my mouth fast enough before he went up there and took it for granted. And that was, it was a carbon copy of Cameron whipping the 3-pin, and somehow that bowling ball stayed on the lane, or stayed there and hit the head pin. Again, a look at the score here. And some nerves are creeping in on these bowlers. It's Riley's scoreboard on the right. Really needs all 10 here to keep the pressure on Smith. Wow. Now that's, well, an 8 makes a big difference. You got to remember his Titanic bucket miss, or leaving the bucket on a fill ball that changed the complexion of best in the West. He was brilliant in doubling yesterday, so we got to remember the positives with the negatives. He finishes at 212. So Cameron needs an 18 fill here for 213, but a spare working. Cameron should get 6 or less on this ball. Riley already wins. Anything more than that, Cameron will need to spare. A strike here would pretty much lock it up. Second chance for Smith. It's high. Oh my goodness. Holy Toledo. The handicap division title match was pretty strange, and what a wild finish to the scratch title match. As given a second chance, Cameron throws the ball and puts his hands on his head thinking, oh no, I just big forward. Right about there, but this time it trips out the 4, and that 8 count is a winner. Whew. Both of these bowlers have too many accolades to be thinking about anything else than title. That's what you bowl these tournaments for, and that's going to be, it was going to be a tough one for either one to swallow in this case. By a 215 to 212 margin, Cameron Smith wins the Mojave Invitational. What a wild one here. Fun stuff from Strike Zone. Keep watching these videos for more really entertaining JBT action.